Hello, everyone. I am Tyler D. Wolf, and today's rookie league is Texas Pro Wrestling. So, when I looked it up here on Wikipedia, it looks like there's a couple categories that popped up, which is professional wrestling in Houston, independent professional wrestling promotions based in Texas, professional wrestlers from Texas, professional wrestling shows in Texas, wrestling in San Antonio, Western State Sports, the Kerry Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions, 1 through 5, 2023 WWE Draft, Global Wrestling Federation, Houston Wrestling, NWA Brass Knuckles Champion, another thing is the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship, Southwest Tag Team Championship, Texas Hardcore Championship, Texas Heavyweight Championship, Texas Women's Championship, World Tag Team Championship, Amarillo Risen, World Tag Team Championship, Buffalo Athletic Club version, and the World Tag Team Championships Texas version, at Reality of Wrestling, Southwest Championship Wrestling, Universal Wrestling Federation, Bill Watts, WCWA North Knuckles Championship, the Texas Tag Team Championship, World Class Championship Wrestling, and Wrestling Star Wars. Hmm. That's definitely one there. So let's start with the professional wrestling shows in Houston, which has been the Elimination Chamber, Raw, War Games, Houston Wrestling, its history. Alright, founded in 1925, defunct since 1987. Saying on hairstyles, the founder was Julius Siegel in Houston, Texas. Looks like the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, was its parent thing. So Houston Wrestling's legacy began shortly before World War One, with shows being held at irregular intervals from 1915 to 1923. Inspired by this, promoter Julius Siegel started Houston City Auditorium, which has long since been torn down following the creation of this historic building. Wrestlers began showing up in Houston on a regular basis to perform in weekly Friday night shows. Oh yeah, definitely that Friday night heat. I don't think high school football was big at the time, so now everyone's got to have their sports to root for at the end of the day. And Hmm, so many options to choose from, so many different clubs, organizations. I mean, Texas is a big wrestling state. I mean, so much has started here. The Von Erich Salone, the Texas Tornado Tag, is one stipulation for a match that I wonder where it originated. Oh yeah, brother, it's getting a little confusing on, its origins. Marching band there. Fucking. Definitely no, baby. We coming to Texas. We gonna show 'em a good time. It's the son of a plumber, baby. Sound about like Cat Williams there. Alright, so. Hmm. Okay, so Paul Bosch era. In 1947, Bosch was in a serious car accident that forced him to retire from performing. Siegel hired him as a backstage aide and radio announcer as television became popular in Houston around 1949. You know, moving from radio over to the television being just about in every home. You know, the radio's replacement. Oh no, it looks like I'm almost out of a job. Rush 15 years of wrestling, his first television commentator after several years of jumping channels. Houston Wrestling ended up on Houston Independent Station, KHTV, now KIOH, at which point it became a national phenomenon for over 30 years. Going strong. Morris Siegel died December 26, 1966. Looks like he had In 1929, he promoted shows in New Orleans, Shreveport, Louisiana, Stripes out with people, winning wrestling shows, and at this time a wrestler from Brooklyn, New York named Paul Yosh. From the wrestling scene in locally mixed with eight men. Yeah, about spent 21 years promoting in the Houston region out of the Sam Houston Coliseum, and affiliated himself with rival promotions like American Wrestling Association, Southwest Sports, WCW, Southwest Championship Wrestling, and Mid-South Wrestling. They were cruising the territories back then, city to city. Uh, it does seem like most of them, if remembering correctly, and hopefully reading this correctly and interpreting it right, was you had your main man, your champion. Bad guys would come in, beat them down, send them on their way, essentially. If someone tried showing up in your city trying to fuck with your guys, you'd essentially beat them down, send them running back when kayfabe was a huge thing. Definitely feel people have heard of David Schultz slap, and the one interviewer got in his face and was like, "Oh yeah, wrestling fake." He was like, "All right, boom, remember that's fake." And what a shock that a lawsuit followed, and dude even says it himself, just like, you know what, getting that payout, it did ease a lot of my pain. There you go. I mean, you decide to bite on that forbidden apple, and if you get poisoned, that shit is on you. But I also see them like on the want to stand up for the business, not breaking kayfabe, and just be like, "What you little punk, fucking, I'm gonna play this character? Play that character. Fight! Smack that little fellow with backhand." All right, so sold out to different target promotions. Show had a sellout crowd of 12,000 fans. Actually ended with Houston Wrestling Promotion territory and the shows of U.S. President George H.W. Bush honored Yoch via telegram, which died 2 years later. Go into wrestling thing. Reality of Wrestling was founded in 2005, 21 years ago. It's the Pro Wrestling Alliance. Its headquarters is in Houston, Texas, still going strong today. Reality of Wrestling, the history behind it. The Pro Wrestling Alliance's first show was held in December 2006. Owner Booker T started the promotion to give professional wrestlers the opportunity to properly train, as well as keep the legacy of Paul Bioch's Houston Wrestling alive. The money made at shows is donated to Fight for Kids Foundation, which helps kids stay off the streets and shows them the benefits of a better life. Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Putting that stuff towards a good cause. I mean, you don't really know if someone's outlet like that. Like, that's the one thing that they could really sink themselves into to get away from shit, get away from things, train, work out, you know, build you as a person. Good foundations. No, shit's always crazy, and that does at the end of the day. No one could tell you that politics and shit, very much a real thing. Let me tell you, brother. Yeah, I can't exactly. Definitely got to work on Jesse Ventura. What even is anything? No, definitely a little too macho on that. Oh, oh, let me tell you something. Alright, so monthly events were held at the Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, Texas, and later at the Clear Lake Recreation Switch Center in Clear Lake, Texas. In December 2007, Rob Van Dam wrestled his first match after leaving WWE against Booker T for the PWA, and the match is included on the DVD, the Best of RVD TV, Volume 1 DVD, and the extras. Okay, so this is one of those things that I'm not really sure how many people know about, but like other stars are always out there in the independent scenes doing different things and get different matches, promotions, merch. Because at the end of the day, you still gotta make sales. That that's what it is. I mean, you gotta try to finish stuff at the end of the day. And I mean, going on the indie scene, having someone tape your matches, recording them, giving them to a certain producer or exec, something like that. Get your own little DVD made. I mean, people weren't even burning shit back then. So, let me tell you something. It's all about the merch, baby. You're gonna give it that little elbow drop. Get on the mile elbow. Can you smell what reality wrestling? And here we go. On March 9th, 2012, after 7 years of Pro Wrestling Alliance, the promotion was relaunched as Reality of Wrestling, RW, and began holding events at the Booker T World Gym Arena in Texas City, Texas. I love the simplicity of that. We're Oklahoma City. State of Oklahoma. We're Texas City. And what state? Texas. Mexico City, Mexico. Arizona City, Arizona. Salt Lake City, Utah. And back to it. The name change was a spontaneous decision of Booker T in December 2012. The promotion almost closed with Christmas Chaos planned as the last show. However, last-minute investors and partners helped the promotion continue to run. Almost like WWE, definitely would love a good FCW style, promotion where, like OVW, they could work out some talent. Be the first one on that ground floor through wrestlers coming through. Like, what do you think of this guy? Especially having one of their own vetted and just helping his promotion and bring up more stars and signing that contract and sure they get their own. Just like, we're gonna need this many superstars, dark matches coming through, different people going to different promotions. It's good to have someone in the know playing their own polls, understand what's going on in the business, being propped up yourself. Almost like it's a little stage. No, I mean, that's just how business works in general, but, there's always going to be the people in those positions that are, unshockingly, going to take advantage and let that shit go to their head. Alright, the promotion produces a weekly YouTube TV show with tapings taking place once monthly at their live events in Clear Lake. ROW later launched a local television program in Houston, Texas that originally aired on QTV, that's KUBE, Channel 57, and currently airs on Sunday mornings on KIAH-TV Channel 39. In February 2014, ROW partnered with the Soul of the South Network to air the show in 20 cities. They aired their first internet pay-per-view in July 2014. Episodes were also aired on Fight TV. The promotion also included a school that has a 2-year training program for beginning professional wrestlers. Woof. As opposed to the more traditional 3 and 6 months program at other schools. On July 6, 2019, ROW and TNA, Total Nonstop Action Racing, co-produced an event together called Deep Impact that aired live on YouTube and Twitch. On October 20th, 2021, it was announced that ROW will hold its first event outside of Texas called One Night in Vegas in Las Vegas, Nevada on November 19th, 2021 at MGM Grand Las Vegas. On January 25th, 2024, ROW and the United Wrestling Network, UWN. No, I can spit that shit out. Memphis Wrestling and Championship Wrestling Promotions announced a talent exchange program. Ooh. Not 2024, LW became an independent wrestling school for the WWE's developmental program designed for independent wrestlers. Called WWE ID, short for WWE.
Hello, Moto.
Give me a sec here. What's up? Yeah, I gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Bye. All right, so I will be back here in a second, and I am going to run through the current championships and accomplishments because, garage door isn't fucking working properly, so. Um, all right, and your sandwich is back. All right, so first up, we've got the current champions. Most wrestlers perform exclusively on a single brand with select exceptions. ROW's two primary brands are Platinum and Glory, with Platinum serving as the primary brand. And as of May 21st, 2026, among the two current brands, 9 wrestlers officially hold championships. This list includes the number of times the wrestler has held the title, the date and location of the win with a description of the match, victory, got Platinum, Glory, and unbranded. Alright, so ROW Heavyweight Champion is currently Nico Vance. The ROW Texas Champion is Jay Alexander. ROW Women's Champion, Monica Monroe. Glory Championship is Eli Knight. Huh. Almost there's a little comparison there to a certain LA Knight. Well, I mean, the last name Knight isn't it like a pretty fucking common name? I mean, at the end of the day, you do get to choose essentially your own name unless they unless the promotion like WWE is like, nah, you're not a Zack Ryder anymore, or something like that. Shout out to Matt Cardona. I mean, dude definitely took that drop from WWE, went out and made himself, fucking had fun doing it, promoted the shit out of himself, which is crazy since I don't know what the fuck WWE was thinking back then with him being the internet champion and essentially going off on his own, like, dude, social media is a fucking huge thing. I can do this by myself. Well, oh, you're that confident then. Here you go. Fucking dude went and killed it. It's like, I don't need you like, for race shows. Alright, I will. But, shit. He showed us. Hey. Alright, ROW Glorious Women Championship is Gigi Ray. Legacy Champion is Samisi. Oh, you want to say that? And there's Danny Limelight, Last Stand. Okay, yep, here we go. Nico Vance defeated Danny Limelight at the Last Stand. Rumble aired as a special episode of ROW. What? No. Defeated Max Texiones, The Last Stand. Defeated Hollywood Haley J. At Sub-Zero 20th anniversary. Haley J. Francis. So, ladder match. LW Tag Team Champions Motion, which is BJ Naduka and Saint Holloway, ROW Women's Tag Team Champions is Moneybirds, Judy Ray, and Monica Monroe. Defunct Championships, the Television Championship, which was last held by AJ Francis, and the King Booker T Legend Championship, which was held by Tavian Heights. Booker T and the Legend Championship. Okay. But for those of you that don't know, Booker T, after, doing his stint in WWE, went to TNA, and one of the titles he held over there, or helped create, was called the Legends Championship. After seeing that, like, it definitely kicked back in, like, oh shit, that's right. He did do all that. He was the Legends Champion in TNA. Oh, okay, yeah, he definitely would love to keep that belt alive, get a replica of it. I mean, it's like, you know what, I was the championship. It's not being used anymore. Got the design, got the title, fucking. Who's gonna stop me from fucking promoting it? Although it does look like here that after, looking at it right, for the Legends Championship, which became retired in October 11th, 2025, was ran around TKO, bought the WWE, if I'm remembering correctly, and I think something came with Anthem with that, like where WWE and TNA started working together, and one of those old funk titles essentially, they were probably gave Booker T the shout. It was like, yo, that's an old title. Like you guys are getting too noticeable, too big, and that one needs to go. You got one too many titles under brand, man. Fucking, especially an old one like that, like people are gonna remember that shit. All they have to do is just look into it a little bit. Like, wonder how long he held that title for. Trying to hold out on everybody. Okay, Texas All-Star Wrestling. That was founded in January 15th, 1994. Was the first successful wrestling promotion to open in Texas following the close of World Class Championship Wrestling in 1990. Its headquarters is in Humble, Texas. The founder is Bob Murphy. In 1990, and the Global Wrestling Federation in 1994. It will remain the only major indie promotion in the state during the 1990s. Damn, held out for that decade plus. But is one of the oldest wrestling promotions in operation in the U.S. Our promotion has been profiled by both the Houston Press and the Houston Chronicle. Ken Hoffman, a longtime columnist for the Chronicle, has participated in several wrestle matches for charity. The Galveston County Daily News has called KASW the top promotion in the entire state. Necro Busher and Sean Hernandez both started their careers in KASW. Samoa Joe, Harlem Heat 2000, Big T and Stevie Ray, Booker T and Stevie Ray from World Championship Wrestling at WCW, and Tammy Lynn Sitch, Christy Hemme, and Davari from WWE have also made appearances for the promotion, as well as old wrestlers such as Abdullah the Butcher, Kamala, okay, yep. Remember how crazy the WWE or WWF used to be in the 90s? Kamala just had his old face painted warrior interaction. Just like, you know what, dude? We're just gonna make you a big ass traps. Like, you want me to what? It's just a character. Mm-hmm. I see how much appreciation y'all wanna put me through with your little humiliation ritual. I'm Oh. Okay, so history. Well, background in our history. Texas All Star Wrestling was started by Bob Murphy, a 10-year veteran who wrestled throughout Texas during the 1980s, who grew frustrated with the unethical practices of the business. Small-time promoters following the collapse of the NWA territory. At the end of the decade, with the Civic Center yet to be built, he considered using Humble High School or another venue in the local area. Murphy and his tagging partner rented out a bingo hall by US Route 59 in Plumber, Texas, and promised the owner, Casey Music, $500 plus the proceeds from the concession stand, renaming the building the Humble Bingo Arena. They held their first show on January 15th, 1994, which was attended by 450 fans and brought in over $2,000. The promotion established its first championship titles between 1994 and December 1996. Professional wrestling had been very popular in Houston, especially during the 70s and 80s, but had considerably declined in the years following the retirement of legendary wrestling personality Paul Soch in 1987. Which it was not until the close of World Class Championship Wrestling in 1990 and the Global Wrestling Federation in 1994 that Murphy began promoting wrestling events after an absence of several years. It was the successful independent promotion in Texas, with the exception of occasional events held by Tugboat Taylor and Hoffowitz Pavilion. Pavilion. Hoffowitz. Alright, remained the only organization in the entire state for nearly a decade. The shows immediately found an audience with its traditional Southern style wrestling, rather than the sports entertainment flavored by mainstream promotions such as World Championship Wrestling and the World Wrestling Federation, and established a strong and loyal following in the greater Houston area. Many fans were so enthusiastic at the events that many wanted to participate themselves, prompting Murphy to open a small gym at the back of the Humble Bingo Arena in 1996. Within 2 years, this eventually evolved into the present-day training facility and wrestling school, where many of the top wrestlers on the Texas indie circuit would be trained, most notably Sean Hot Stuff Hernandez. Prospective students of the school were required to volunteer at events in roles such as refereeing matches, escorting wrestlers to the ring as a valet, or acting as security for several months prior to their first match. The entire training period generally took 6 months to 1 year, though some students graduated within 4 to 5 months. Humongous defended the TASW Heavyweight Championship against Abdul the Butcher at the Humble Bingo Arena on March 22nd, 1997. All the veterans such as me, Mike Tatum, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Kamala the Ugandan Giant also had short stints in the promotion. Both Tatum and Duggan held the TASW Heavyweight Championship during the early 2000s. Although speculated to become a major promotion, Murphy himself said in interviews that he was unconcerned about the expansion of the company and instead wanted to focus on developing younger talent, locally based talent, and help them make it to the next level. See, this motherfucker knew what was up. It's about promoting that next generation who's like, you know what, I've had my time in the spotlight. The least I could do was train you, help you, give you the advice, and just try to give you the skills, the confidence, the tools. Yeah, which I already said. I know it's when you say tools, that's an open-ended thing. It could be a fucking number of things, but it's just the right things right there. That if you really wanted to see people promote, and it's like, you know what, my thing isn't about politicking, it isn't about this, it isn't about that. Like, I want to see you guys succeed. Do you feel that? You're putting in that extra level. You're adding that extra step to it. That's going to feel you getting ahead and getting it. Ah, just just when you step out of one of these guys' ways that feels like they got ahead of steam, and you're just like, you know what, dude, fucking, you're good. Let me get this shit out of the way from you. Like, don't fucking hold this dude down. Like, let him shine. Let him show. And everything else will well out. All right. So, in addition to its Houston-based roster, Texas independent wrestlers Rasta Savage and Macro Butcher also regularly competed in the promotion. Later, stars to emerge during the next decade included Bobby Too Bad, Mr. Mayhem, Zen Zen, Voodoo, the Executioner, Nasty McDaniels, Dylan Starr, and Narc the Nubolian. I feel like someone's wearing like a Lord of the Ring costumes on that last one. Narc the Nubolian. That definitely sounds like a funny ass bad guy name. What's your name? Narc the Nubolian. Like, oh, oh, you're definitely not gonna try to poison anyone at this party tonight. I'm definitely not gonna get slipped a Mickey and, be missing a ring or a few necklaces. Get your chain ripped right. Okay, so River City Wrestling's Joey Super Shot Spectre and alums of the Texas Wrestling Academy also wrestled for the promotion early in his career. River City Wrestling. It kind of sounds like it's San Antonio. Yeah, I know. There's like the River City River Walk. I mean, I want to be shocked. No. Little bit of foreshadowing there. Let me tell you something. Oh, yeah. Hmm. My God. No. I'm telling you what. Hmm. I must have. Damn. I really gotta listen to, a couple wrestlers a bit more. So I know I can do their voices. It's just trying to hone that shit in. It's, I can start off at it and you're like, all right, what do I got to do to tweak it? But right now, like stopping down and listening to it, I feel like I definitely lose their voice inside my head, and it gets at least a little bit muffled. Trying to remember. You're like, I know it didn't sound like that, but what do I do? Okay, so Ken Hoffman and the Houston Chronicle on January 16th, 1999, and the TASW's 6th annual Rumble and Humble Supercard. Houston Chronicle columnist Jim Hoffman made his pro wrestling debut against the Jester. In the opening bout, he not only lost the match, but had to be carried out of the ring on a stretcher. Hoffman had previously covered the promotion during the mid-1990s and would continue to make occasional appearances over the next few years, donating his prize money to charities. The journalist was signed to a series of Texas death-style matches, with no referee present and anything goes against the Jester. These matches were held at the Sober Wings Ballroom in Brenham on February 13th, the Civic Center in Devo on March 5th, the Humboldt Bengal Arena on March 6th, in Fort Lavaca on March 13th, and at Spring High School in Spring, Texas on March 20th, 1999. Miss Hooters Girl, 1999 winner Alyssa Wong, was his valet for these matches. Okay, so they literally got Miss Hooters Girl 1999 to walk this guy down the fucking ramp. Not just once, but multiple times. They're like, you know what, you just won this beauty pageant. How would you like to, promote yourself out there? Walk with this guy down here, get out there, show your face. We could help you out. Girl, we got you. What the fuck you even worried about? Oh. Alright, that summer the promotion began producing a weekly late night series which aired on KNWS TV. Hoffman also made a return at the Rumble and Humble where he unexpectedly won the TISW Cruiserweight Championship in a three-way dance with Bones and Loverboy Joey Foreman. He was helped in his victory due to outside interference from Alyssa Long and his manager, Sean the Calbanesian Pendergast Hoffman. The Calbanian, the Calbani, the Calbanesian Pendergast. Calbanesian Pendergast. Some of the names we'll come up with. Eh, I don't know this guy. I'm just expecting some kind of like Cuban guy just from like the name of it. Or whatever a Calbanesian is. From Cabanera, Copacabana, something. Alright, so Hoffman also entered the Humble Rumble, a 20-man battle royal for $15,000 and a title shot against the TASW heavyweight champion, Mean Mike Tatum, but quickly eliminated himself after entering the ring. He retained the title in a rematch with Bones on February 12th and successfully defended the title for 6 months against opponents such as Brother Icarus, Bones, and the Jester until finally surrendering the title to the ASW promoter Bob Buffy that summer. 21st century. By 2000, TASW was regularly drawing between 3 and 800 fans each month at its home arena in Humboldt and also promoted shows in other cities outside Harris County and Houston, including Texas City, Baytown, Fort Lafayette, Brenham, and El Campo in August of that year. A story on Murphy and TASW was featured in the Houston Press and profiled several its top stars, including female wrestlers Skylar and Nadia Payne. Big Daddy from Cincinnati, Mini Stuff, not to be confused with Big Stuff, Mr. Fuku, Spanish by Playboy Joey Corman. Alright, looks like he got a name change. Rasta Savage, Michael Butcher, and Sean Hernandez. The story received a positive response from readers, however, Warriors of Wrestling, WOW, promoter wrote a letter to the editor criticizing the article for its lack of research and professionalism, as well as the TISW for its inappropriate fan behavior. She requested the newspaper provide equal exposure and invited the author, Jesse Washington, to attend an upcoming show. So she literally took the time to complain and then be like, hey, if you want to see a real wrestling show, come to us. Fuck knows other guys. Oh, good promoting. Shit on the competition and let everyone else know, yo, where it's at, baby. It can only be a one number one. A year later, Hacksaw Duggan wrestled for the promotion during summer and early fall of 2001. During his first stint with TISW, Duggan feuded Harlem Heat 2000, Big T, and Stevie Ray. From World Championship Wrestling, Kamala and Mike Tatum headlined a TISW show at the Humboldt Indoor Arena on February 22nd, 2003. Later that year, the promotion held a memorial show for one of its former stars and official announcer, Brother Icarus, at the arena on October 4th, 2003. Ken Hoffman, who had wrestled him 2 years before, wrote a column in memory of his passing. He recalled in a later column that during the match he had secretly had Jim Adler, a celebrity TV attorney known as the Tough Texas Lawyer, interfere in the match on his behalf, ordered Brother Icarus to stop attacking Hoffman, who had been choking him and pulling his hair, and planning to have Icarus arrested for assault and battery. The fans began booing. Adler threatened to subpoena the entire audiences as witnesses. This distraction allowed Hoffman to wall his opponent for the victory and quickly escaped with the belt. And now the Adler, the Texas Hammer, I do know those commercials, and fuck it, just the father and the son, like, oh, I wonder how old the son is. This was definitely the fucking old man getting it. He's like, dude, that's just good promotion. Fuck, gun, I got you. I got a sledgehammer and my hammer. Want me to whip out my third hammer? Get that there in the locker room with the gays. Show 'em you're all working with a couple of little billy clubs while I'm working over here with my aluminum bat. Okay, so the promotion was praised by the Galveston County Daily News. Ah, better one. They're playing with their little gavels while I got my sledgehammer over here. Oh, I'm the one that's gonna give the judge his verdict. Smash the little fucking stand he's got there with the gavel. Gonna give him a real Texas hammer. The Texas sledgehammer. Eventually I'll come up with a voice for that. The process. You see it working out. Going through it. Alright, Galveston News. The oldest newspaper of record in the state of Texas is the best run independent group in the state, crediting Bob Murphy for keeping TASW out of the well-publicized feuding scene among rival Texas promotions. Shocking. Scotty Williams, a journalist for the Galveston County Daily News, wrote in early 2004 that TISW was arguably the top independent wrestling group in the entire state. On January 10, 2004, several TISW wrestlers participated in a show for High Impact Wrestling at Texas City's Nestle Center, headlined by Johnny Blade and Kamala. Pittman also served as the professional wrestling debut of Scott E. Williams, who agreed to participate as the special guest referee in the main event in exchange for a donation to the Daily News United Way Fund. On June 5th, Tom Pritchard, the top talent scout for World Wrestling Entertainment, conducted a no-holds barred clinic at TASW's Wrestling School in Humboldt. Also that summer, Jim Duggan returned to promotion, and at the August 7th, Top Ball Street Fight Supercard defeated TASW heavyweight champion Zen Zen for the title. At the time of its 11th anniversary at the 2005 Humble Rumble, Williams wrote, in addition to being one of the country's long-lived independents, TASW has become the best one in Texas. Alright, so recent years. On May 20th, 2007, the promotion had its first card at the Armadillo Event Arena, or Amarillo, Arena, where it held a 10-man hardcore street fight inside a steel cage as the main event. The promotion and its school was again featured in the Houston Chronicle 3 months later. Scooby Goober, who's hanging from the nose, it's a good bird. A 3-time TASW hardcore champion. Guarantee he was fucking around with some barbed wire and glass. Was interviewed for the story. On October 13th, Ken Hoffman also made a return appearance at TASW's Slamfest 07 Supercard, where he and Sheen Pendergast won the TASW Tag Team Championship from Scooby Goober and Bones in a triple threat match with Nate Slater and Rocco Carmanucci. Looks like that's how that's spelled. At the Humble Bindle Arena, like his previous victory, Hoffman was helped by a valet, Alyssa Wong, and manager Sheikh Ali Ramzanoui. Both men donated their prize money to charity on December 3, 2007. Tammy Lynn Sitch made an appearance at the season's Beating Supercard at the Wembley Bingo Arena. The same month, the Houston Press covered a TASW event at the Armadillo Event Center featuring Spider Boy, whom the author referred to as the world's laziest Spider-Man, in a match with Steve Owens Mockton. In February 2008, the Houston Chronicle also covered the Texas All-Star Wrestling's 15th annual Humble Rumble, where a photo was taken of BLT, Bubbly Travis, and 8-year-old child attending the event with his father. The event boasted a sold-out crowd and was one of the promotion's biggest show of the new year. Following month at Scare Wars, Davari, who was originally there for an autograph signing, was later involved in an altercation with Dylan Starr, which led to an impromptu match between the two. Later that night, he became involved in a post-match brawl after Starr interfered in a triple threat match between Hector Montoya, Nasty Nick Daniels, and TASW Cruiserweight Championship Chip Dumas. Nothing you know contest. Alright, at the end of the year, TexasIndianWrestling.com ranked Texas All-Star Wrestling number 5 of the top 10 wrestling promotions in Texas. Now the TASW. Alright, so the TASW has the World Championship, Cruiserweight Championship, Tag Team Championship, Women's Championship. And what do we got here? Okay, so we've got professional wrestling in San Antonio. Professional wrestling shows in San Antonio. State Sports. Alright, it's not Dory Funk Jr., Terry Funk, Blackjack Mulligan, Dick Murdoch, Doc Sarpolios. Professional wrestlers from Texas. Alright, so we've got ACH, Brian Aldis, Skandor Akbar, Angel of Death, Lance Archer, Mika Ashby, Athena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Baby Doll, Jeff Berdeen, Sean Benjamin, Texas Tank Bernard, Wesley Blake, Tully Blanchard, Scott Braddock, Rusty Brooks, Haystacks Calhoun, Scott Casey, Chief Little Eagle, Kurt Stallion, Terry Daniels, Dizzy Davis, Joe Deaton, Dudley. Okay, Bobby Duncan Jr., Bobby Duncan, Cowboy Bob Ellis, Jasper Troy, Dory Funk Jr., Terry Funk, Frank Doy, Jordan Grace, The Grappler, Sue Green, Solomon Grundy, Nydia Winard, Vicky Guerrero, Sammy Gufara, Charlie Haas, Stan Hansen, Barbie Hayden, Mark Henry, Gino Hernandez, Ernie Foam, Sam Houston, Armand Hussein, Dick Hutton, Bill Irwin, Paul Jones, Allie Kate, John Mayfield, Keith Lee, Jack Logan, Paul London, Jose Lothario, Bronco Lubick, Johnny Mantell, Ken Mantell, Judy Martin, Masada, Nick Mitchell, Blackjack Morgan, Dick Murdoch, Max Muscle, DJ Naduke, Ninja Mac, Shaquille O'Neal, Barry Orton, Roxanne Perez, Bruce Pritchard, Ivan Putski, Scott Putski, Dustin Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes, Jake Roberts, Dennis Rodman, Raquel Rodriguez, Tina Santana, Sweet Daddy Siki, Simply Luscious, Loren Sinclair, Slick, Grizzly Smith, Jesse Sorensen, Siegfried Stink, Raquel Summerlin, Robert Swenson, Von Erich family, Fitz Von Erich, Carrie Von Erich, Kevin Von Erich, Williams Von Erich, Abraham Washington, Elisa Webb, Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, Dusty Wolf, Maya World, and Mark Youngblood. So those are some of the people going in. So here in there is a welcome to New Texas Pro Wrestling. Sin City, Stampede, Las Vegas. They've got a thing that says meet the new titles. Alright, so there is a little slider on here for this, and it shows the old one with old Texas symbol there in the back for those of you that want to see, and then you just quickly go out, and that's what the new one looks like. I mean, both titles look pretty good. Let's see. Contact us. Stay up to date. Going through TASW, the Texas All Star Wrestling. All right, so TASW, currently on May 21st, 2026, they have a Comic Palooza. Friday, May 22nd. Looks like the shows are at 2:45 p.m. all the way until 6:45 p.m. Saturday, May 23rd, our shows start at 11:45 a.m. and go to 5:45 p.m. Definitely going through different ones. That's all going to be Houston, Texas. Sunday, May 24th, they're going to be at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas. Palooza. They have the Texas All-Star Field Heat, Cypress, Saturday, June 20th. They also have, oh no, that's March 15th for Houston. 27th for Beltline. It's all old April shows. Loyalty Plumbing. Humble Backyard, Mic'd Up, Live Entertainment. Oh yeah, definitely gotta make sure to sell us tickets. Pro Wrestling Warehouse, Voodoo CrossFit, Sports Bar and Grill, Loyalty Plumbing, Comic Palooza. So they have a huge outlet out there that they're going to be having fun with. Their Instagram. Let's check that out. Alright, so New Texas Pro Wrestling. What do we got going on here? Yeah, Dead City 2, Red Frog Wrestling, Dead City 2 is their main thing coming up on Sunday, May 24th. Yeah, that's going to be Austin, Texas, at the Backwood Bar on 12010 Manchal Road, Austin, Texas, 78748. Doors open at 1, main show at 2, NewTexasPro.com. So, looks like they had a lot of events coming up, so may have looked at some old events. Let me check this. Texas Wrestling. Yeah, Texas USA Wrestling. There's another one. The state of Texas, county of Bexar is another one that follows up. Texas Wrestling. And do Wrestling, Longhorn Wrestling, Chicago Style, Texas Army Wrestling. What do they got here? Alright, Team Texas, Subsidy Chart, National Duos, and Embargo Fees. One team, one goal, one Texas. I don't think that's the thing I'm looking for. Texas Wrestling Cartel. Okay, that's a fun one. Founded in Corpus Christi, wanted, South Texas, built by the streets, backed by the hustle. The cartel stand there for top tier live events. The Taste TWC, Texas Wrestling Cartel. Alright, yeah, what do we got here? We have Austin J with the title. We have Dan Canelo with the title. Churchtown, the Wagner brothers. Just like to give them each other a name. There's a strike on the title. Parker. I see that JJ Rod 56-1. Ole 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 summer. And then bad boy MJ. Oh man. I love how wrestling that anything can happen. It's just the pure insanity of it is just like sometimes it's how crazy can we make this? It's not about believability. It's just about the story and the fun, okay? Because it's it's fighting well with pageantry, but also their storyline. Like there's so much going on, it gets you invested. The flares, the decorations. It is a show that's up there on a stage that's going on. And I gotta say, like any other athlete, they gotta fucking put in the time. Like you think they're doing that and doing the shit they're doing, like you could do like a couple of flips over that rope off one of those dives. You are going to bust yourself up, bruh. Like and it takes intelligence and mindfulness. Like you've actually got to go through it, feel it, pace yourself. It's like a workout. Some of those people are gonna desperately try to avoid that. Even the ones that do are gonna be like, "Oh, this is a different kind of thing. What's going on? Why does it feel like my heart wants to jump out of my fucking mouth?" Okay, so Texas Pro Wrestling Facebook. It looks like they have some few events. Nice little background there. 96% recommended with 16 views. Yep, they've got their stats showing there at the door. New Texas Pro Wrestling Championship. Kenny King. Pretty sure he's with AEW or something right now. At the end of the day, we've got some different, the best independent wrestling in Texas right now. Hot Pro Wrestling. The next live event, Havoc in Hillsboro, which is going to be Timbers Court Bar in Hillsboro, Texas. In Hillsboro. Okay, Timbers Court. A few other live events. We got the Sunday, May 31st. Pro Wrestling, Wrestling and Shout Trademarking Company, collectibles. There can be a pro wrestling, so you decide to get into the biz. Top of Texas. Pro Wrestling, Texas Style Wrestling LLC, Hybrid School of Wrestling, DFW, All Pro Wrestling, Dog Pound Dojo, BCW Pro Wrestling. Right, so that is one of the unique things about wrestling. I mean, if you can fit a ring in there and just like some commentators there on the side, like, I mean, you maybe even need to be one guy in the ring and you can fight the Invisible Man. And you can be your own referee where he pins you and beats the shit out of you, or like DQs. Like, DQ, DQ, he hit me with that chair. It was an invisible, inanimate object. I object. Oh, I love it that anything can happen. Alright, so I am closing out the video here. So thank you for watching my read and look into Texas Pro Wrestling. I have another channel called Breakfast Buddy. They're over on YouTube. Breakfast Buddy on Twitter, Tyler D. Wolf on Twitter as Tyler D. Wolf 23 on Twitter as well. also post over there on TikTok as Breakfast Buddy and Tyler D. Wolf, along with Instagram, Tyler D. Wolf. Yeah, I think the Tyler D. Wolf one is the only one I got over there on Instagram. But, anyone, like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. I mean, I'm gonna keep on doing this, enjoying having fun, and I hope you all do too. Till next time.
Bye.